Welcome. So this is a simple threading example in Java, just to explain what I explained in the last video in code, right? So in Java, threads can be created by creating a new thread class, thread object like this. So thread t equals new thread, right? And inside here you pass a runnable. So a runnable is an interface, okay? So you see our threading example here. What I want to do is I want to implement runnable and implement the method run. So then once you've created this new thread, in its argument pass new threading example. So what this says is create a new thread whose runnable is threading example. And then to start a thread, all you do is you go t.start and it'll start the thread. So what will happen is we start this thread, we're saying our runnable is threading example. So what we're saying to the thread is we're saying create a new thread and call our run method when the thread is to be executed. So what will happen is this will go to the Java virtual machine, it'll say we're creating a new thread. The new thread will be created, and then eventually our code will be running on a CPU core, and it'll be calling run. So just to demonstrate this, I'm going to do a little bit of printing, right? And I just want you to run that, okay? So you can see it prints hello. So what's happening is creating a new thread, which is then calling our run method. So if we just put a message underneath here, just so I can demonstrate the flow of execution, and you run that, you'll see ABC hello. Now, even though we've swarmed our thread, we see ABC first, and that's very important for you to notice that, because if we was to see hello first and all the time, it would mean that it wasn't running on a separate thread, right? But what's happening is we're creating a new thread. So we're saying go and run this code somewhere else. We're saying go and run it on another CPU core. I've got my own stuff to worry about, right? So essentially the threads are workers, right? So it'll run this code on a separate thread. So if we have like 5 of these, they'll be run in no particular order, right? So if we run that now, you see? And if we keep running it, notice how the positioning changes for our ABC. That's because of the order the threads are running. There's no order to it. Okay, so that is how you create a thread in Java, right? It's really that simple. So we create a new thread object, pass our runnable. This then says to the Java virtual machine, go and start our thread. We don't want to know about it. Just deal with the work in the background, right? And then that'll call, in the background it'll call this. So even if we're waiting here in our main method, this will still be being called, because it's being run independently on another CPU core. So that's how you do threading in Java.